Here we want to find the slope of the line when given the equation of the line. Usually our easiest option here is to even compare to our log tables. And we can see here that if you're given the equation of the line and the y is completely on its own, you should be able to pick out the slope there. It will be attached to the x. So if we compare what's written in the log tables, is the y completely on its own? Yes. So then I should be able to pick out that line has a slope of 3. The next one. Is the y completely on its own? Yes, it is. That means that whatever is attached to the x is the slope. So that has a slope of -2. And again, you could probably give some indication here, or just even remind yourself, that's a plus slope, that would be a minus slope. And last one here, is the y completely on its own? No, it's not. So I'm going to have to use my algebra to move things around first. So I'm going to bring the 5x over. It's a plus 5x, so it goes over and becomes a minus 5x. And the 3 stays where it is, so it's staying as a plus 3. Now the y is completely on its own. I can pick out it has a slope of -5. If you don't like algebra and you want to do this a different way, that's fine as well. Like that very first line, y equals 3x plus 2. Maybe you don't like using that rule. You would prefer to use that rule. But in that case, you need 2 points. So you're going to have to work out a point on this line. So it can be any point on this line. And so I would be looking at, take your time, figure it out. 1 for the x and 5 for the y. Does that work? 3 times 1 plus 2, yeah, that gives me 5. So 1, 5 is a point, and 0, 2 is another point. Take your time, find your points, call them x1, y1, x2, y2. Get your slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And you throw that into the calculator and you end up with a 3, which is exactly what we got here by doing the algebra method. So we didn't even need algebra here because the y was already on its own. So we could just pick out the slope. But this is an option for you as well. You are able to find points on a line. If you are able to find the points on a line, you can always use your original slope formula. They might ask you to get the distance between 2 points. Now, they might use different words for distance. They might use the length. They might use how far is this location from the other location. So just keep an eye out for the different ways in which they can ask you. But I go to my log tables again. I get my distance or length formula. I know now if I'm using a rule on this page, I must label my points. So I label it x1, y1, x2, y2. I take down my formula, the square root, and just take your time. Take everything down correctly So x2 minus x1 to be squared plus y2 minus y1 to be squared. Slowly fill in. So x2 minus x1. So take your time there. x2 is a 1. Minus from my formula, x1 is a minus 4. To be squared plus bracket y2 minus y1. Close your bracket and square it. Now, I would just usually throw this directly into the calculator, or maybe you want to do a little bit of working out. Doesn't matter, just take your time and make sure that you're filling it into the calculator correctly. And when you throw it into the calculator, you would get root 26. So you can leave it like that. They might even tell you to. They might even say something like, leave your answer in surd form. So that just means there's a root in it. Or they might ask you to give your answer to 2 decimal places. So in that situation, that's fine. I would use my calculator to change it to 5.099019,514. And then I would go about rounding it off in whatever way they've asked. Whether it's 2 decimal places, 3 decimal places, the nearest whole number. So let's say we'll do that one, nearest whole number. My answer I would finally give is 5, just to get my full marks at the end.